The M3 GPU is the biggest leap forward in graphics architecture ever for Apple's chips. It's faster and more efficient. Also, it introduces features like dynamic caching, mesh shading, and hardware-accelerated ray tracing. This new graphics architecture delivers up to 2.5 times the speed of the M1 family of chips. Similarly, the M2 boasts a 35% more powerful GPU than the M1. Both chips feature the same 8-core GPU chips. They perform identically. Next, I tested the GPUs with Cinebench 2024. The M3 boasts a significant improvement in graphics performance over the M2. It is almost twice as fast as the M2. That's because of the M3's upgraded graphics capabilities. 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme. The 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme is a demanding benchmark. It tests the ability to handle complex graphics. A higher score indicates better graphical performance. Benchmarks show the M3 is around 23% faster than the M2 in extreme mode. According to the results, we can see the upgrades Apple has made to the M3 MacBook Air. M3 versus M2, gaming. If you're a gamer, the M3 might not compete with the top gaming laptops as far as game selection. But it still offers enough power to play many titles smoothly with sharp graphics. Also, the M3 features hardware-accelerated ray tracing to help improve gaming performance. The first game, Grid Legends, is compatible with all Macs. While I was playing, the MacBook Surface got warm, but it wasn't too hot to touch. However, don't expect high frame rates with the toughest games on the M3 or M2. Thermal throttling. I'm testing how hot these MacBooks get when gaming. I want to see if the heat affects how well Death Stranding runs on MacBook Airs without fans. I'll run the game on both the M3 and M2 chips at their highest speeds, with no FPS limits. First, I checked the temperatures, and they're all about 30 degrees Celsius. The M2 started at around 60 frames per second, FPS. After 45 minutes, it dropped to about 50 FPS, which is a 20% decrease in performance. Meanwhile, the M3 started at 70 to 71 FPS and now runs at about 58 FPS at the same time. These MacBook Airs slow down a bit because they don't have fans to keep them cool. The heat escapes from the MacBook's body. Even when you use them heavily, they never get hotter than 50 degrees Celsius. Xcode. Next, I'm testing the M3 and M2 MacBook Airs with real-world tasks. First, I compiled the Firefox codebase. The M3 finished in 22 minutes and 45 seconds, while the M2 took 23 minutes and 5 seconds. The M3 was only 20 seconds quicker than the M2. So if you're working on a big project in Xcode, the M3 chip will give you a bit of a speed boost. During the Xcode test, the M2 became very hot, and its battery drained quickly. Logic Pro. The second workflow is to produce music through Logic Pro, which uses more memory.